Like any good story, a song has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Typically, the final chord of a piece is the tonic, the home chord of the key that the song is based in. This wraps things up nicely, but some songs end on a chord other than the tonic. So if you've been into anime for any length of time, I'm sure you've heard of Love Live's School Idol Project. It's basically about a group of students who form a pop idol unit, and naturally there are many songs in the series. One of the most popular is Snow Halation, with good reason. There are many things that I could talk about with this song alone, like all the secondary leading tone chords, the tritone sub in the second verse, the abuse of 2-5 relationships to get out-of-key chords connected, the Beatles-esque chromatically descending pedal tone progression in the chorus, the use of the dominant chord as a pivot to modulate to and from the parallel minor in the instrumental break. But today, I am focused on one thing, the final chord. Snow Halation is in the key of A major, and as the song approaches the ending, we have a B minor 7 followed by an E7. This is a typical setup to move this E7 down to A major in a 5-1 cadence, but instead, we get a D major 9. D is the 4 chord, the subdominant chord of the key. I like to call the subdominant a chord of movement because it has a sense of motion to it. So why end a song on it? And why does it work? This is actually much more common than you might think. Ending a song on the 4 chord, or if you're in a minor key, the 6 chord, is very common in pop music, or music in general when you're trying to avoid a simple tonic resolution. It's almost to the point of being a cliche. Some might consider it a cliche already, but it sounds really good to me, and I think it's worth talking about. So looking at the notes in a D major chord, we have D, F sharp, and A. Two of these notes, F sharp and A, are the 6th and 1st degrees of the A major scale, respectively. And these two notes are very content to sit still and not feel the need to go anywhere. They don't pull your ear in any specific direction. Even though D, being the 4th degree of the scale, implies a sense of motion, the F sharp and A allow it to kind of semi-resolve. Adding the 7th and 9th to the chord, C sharp and E, give us a full A major chord inside of this chord, just further strengthening that resolution. But with D on the bass, we are not all the way home. It's kind of a in-between state between tension and resolution. So while the subdominant is not as stable as the tonic, it's certainly less tense than the dominant chord, and there's just enough relation to the tonic to keep things grounded. I see the subdominant ending as not necessarily being unfinished, but being finished in a new, exciting place that you weren't before. It's very difficult to put into words. As Walter Piston said in his book Harmony, it is important to form an appreciation of the qualities of these progressions, qualities which do not readily lend themselves to description by words. If you want more examples of the subdominant ending, I suggest looking at the True Tears original soundtrack by Hajime Kikuchi. While it's a mediocre series, I think the score is incredible, and the composer really enjoys ending songs on this chord. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments or email me at ongakuconcept@gmail.com. If you want to discuss this with other fans of game and anime music, I recommend joining the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/ongakuconceptvgm. I found a lot of really cool things about Snow Halation when I was listening to it, things that I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I just kind of glossed over, but I will be explaining those things more in depth in the group if you want to check that out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Look up Walter Piston. Walter Piston.